What's going on, guys? It's your boy Avionics back with another action figure review. Now in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at Mattel's WWE Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as I do put out quite a few videos throughout the month. Alright, so before we take a look at Steve Austin and everything that comes with him, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging real quick. So here is the typical Ultimate Edition packaging with a big open window to see the figure and all the accessories. Stone Cold Steve Austin, 8 and above, ultimate articulation for authentic posability. Around the side we have a Stone Cold Steve Austin promo shot of the wrestler himself, not the figure. On this side it just says Stone Cold Steve Austin. On the bottom, barcode for anyone who is looking for Stone Cold with gibberish. And then on the back side, here we have a promo shot of the wrestler himself and the figure itself. The stats on Stone Cold Steve Austin show 6 foot 2 inches from Victoria, Texas. His finisher is the Stone Cold Stunner, and he is a 6-time WWE champion. At the bottom it reads, "The shattering of glass means only one thing. The Texas Rattlesnake is coming down the aisle, and he's got a Stone Cold Stunner ready for anyone even thinking about getting in his way. Even and especially if it's his boss, Mr. McMahon." And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Alright, now let's go ahead and get the figure out and see all the accessories. Alright, so here is the Stone Cold Steve Austin figure and all of his accessories all laid out. So let's go over everything that he comes with first. So he comes with 3 sculpted heads and 3 pairs of sculpted hands. So here is the first head sculpt, where it's just an expressionless head, like he's saying what inside his head, but not saying it out loud just yet. Take a closer look at the face sculpt. Looks pretty darn good, don't you guys think? That is our Stone Cold Steve Austin. Here is the second head sculpt. It's kind of like an angry, pissed off, like he's talking to someone expression. But yeah, great detail in all these face sculpts. They got the paint all right, from the eyes all the way down to inside his mouth, the tongue. And then here is the third head sculpt where he's laughing, kind of chuckling. Once again, great detail and great paint application all around. He also comes with his black baseball cap with the skull logo on the front, so this can be placed on any of his heads, like so. It fits on with pressure, so it doesn't actually come off easily. So if you shake the figure, it's not just gonna flop off. It kind of squeezes around his noggin. He also comes with a WWE mic. He does have his gold chain. Now to be able to put this on, you can just slip it over his head, or you can take his head off, but it can just be pushed down over his head just like that. So let's take a look at the first set of hands. The one that's already attached on him is a gripping hand. And then his second set of hands, he has pointing fingers for both the right and the left hand, which is nice. So here is the right hand pointing index finger, and then here is the left hand index pointing finger pointing out. And then his third set of hands are just fists, right and left. There you go. And then he does come with his Austin 316 shirt. At first, honestly, I didn't know which way was the front, but I guess this is the front right here, Austin 316. And on the back we have the Stone Cold skull logo. Now this is made of a stretchable mesh to be able to stretch all around him to get the shirt on, but the easiest way to put this on is to take the head off and then put the arms in and then slide the rest of the body through the wide opening of the shirt. And then of course you can't have Stone Cold without his motorcycle vest. It's all black with silver paint. It says Stone Cold on the back with the 3 skulls. On the front it says Austin and the skull and 316. And then of course he has his World Championship belt. Now this belt has a blue waistband and then all the gold shiny sculpt of the belt, which looks really nice. So here I just wanted to show you how the head comes off and the kind of joint underneath the head or at the top of the neck. That's the kind of joint you are dealing with. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at articulation. We've got very slight head tilt to the left and right. Here is Steve Austin looking up. There's Steve Austin looking down, and then 360 all the way around. A nice snug joint fit at the top of that, at the top of the neck, where the head meets. Now, this figure does have butterfly joints. 360 all the way around. Got double jointed elbows. And then we have wrist rotation all the way around, and swivel in, swivel out. And then we have an ab crunch right here. That's as far forward he goes. That's as far back as he goes. We have full 360 rotation at the waist. Leg kick forward. Back. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, but that kneecap and the leg brace is kind of restricting movement. But here is the right leg with the double jointed knees. And then he does have boot rotation, foot articulation. That's as far forward as his foot goes, and that's as far back as his foot goes. And then this Ultimate Edition figure has the toe articulation. So the knee pads are loose. They are not permanently sculpted on, but there's no way of removing it unless you detach limbs here to take it off. And then the leg brace is also loose, not permanently sculpted, and so it moves back and forth. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could remove it, but you need to, like I said, you need to remove some limbs. But it's a nice sculpt of the leg brace. And then he does have a tattoo, the state of Texas tattoo with the longhorn skull. No other tattoos on his body. He's wearing all black, and then he has the black wristbands. The boot sculpt looks pretty good too. I went ahead and switched out one of his heads, but I do want to say the articulation of this figure is pretty nice, and it's all silky smooth articulation, no resistance. It's not too tight, it's not loose, so it feels really well. So now we're going to go ahead and outfit him in different configurations of all his gear and his accessories. So here he is with his ball cap, his gold necklace, his Austin 316 shirt, his championship belt around his waist, left index pointing finger hand put on, right gripping hand on, and he is holding the mic and he is telling the world what he thinks. Here he is with both his mesh shirt and his motorcycle vest on, no hat. We have a left fist on and his right gripping hand still on, and he is holding up his championship belt. And here we have him with just his motorcycle vest on, left fist attached, right hand with the pointing finger, and his legs are more of in an action pose. Alright, now let's go ahead and do some scale comparison with some other Mattel WWE action figures. Here we have Ultimate Edition Macho Man Randy Savage and Ultimate Edition Nature Boy Ric Flair. Here we have Legends Big Boss Man and the Ultimate Warrior. And then here we have Vince McMahon and Legends John Cena. But yeah, this Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin is a great representation of the real Stone Cold Steve Austin. The details of his looks, all the way down to the articulation. I love me some butterfly joints and always some double jointed elbows and knees, and just the detail and the silky smooth articulation and all the great head sculpts and accessories. This Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition is a must for your WWE collection. If you guys enjoyed watching this review video on the Ultimate Edition Stone Cold Steve Austin, please give this video a like, leave all your comments and thoughts down below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to be notified of future action figure reviews like this. See you guys next time.